Meet yet again, Chandler-Gilbert, the men's squad, facing Scottsdale. It's the first of three meetings live from the Coyote Center on the Coyote Sports Network. Good afternoon, everyone. Joe Pequeno alongside Matt McCurdy. Thank you for sticking around for the second half of the Twin Bill. We saw the Artichokes women knock off Chandler-Gilbert in a tightly contested contest. Now it's the men's squad. Coach Silsby and the 7-4 Coyotes were short on bodies, but not on effort. Last time out, handling the ACU JV squad, 103-65. And the team shot so well in that one, Matt. 55%, 61% from three.
Yeah, it was a big game. And we talked a lot about, after Pima and a few of those other matches, them needing to really start to score and shoot. And, Will Coates really stepped to the plate, scoring 28 that game. Tremendous shots from the outside. Connor Aldridge with 25. And even his brother, Cohen Aldridge, doing a great job. I believe he came in with 11 that game. So just great effort from everyone. They really put points on the board, and that's what they needed to do.
Will Coates shooting exceptionally well. Back-to-back 20-point games. Ollie Hinder averaging 12 and 5. Tonight they take on a Scottsdale team entering with a record of 2-4. They've opened league with 2 wins over Mesa and Phoenix College. They are led by 10-point scorers Zach Anderson and Jabin Yancey, and Tyson Helms putting up 8 apiece. Yancey a force on the boards, averaging 6 rips per tip. And last year, Chandler-Gilbert knocked off the Artichokes 4 times. The last time was in the Region 1 semifinals. This year, new teams, and of course, Chandler-Gilbert not at full strength.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I mean, they've got some injuries. Lockie McCain still out with that ankle. Parker Larson, season-ending ACL tear, and luckily Ollie Hinder tweaked the ankle, was out for some of those JV squad games, but he's back playing tonight. We're not sure exactly how that'll play out, if he'll be able to be at full strength, but one big thing we saw last game was some of the other teammates stepping in, working that low post, getting rebounds. Hopefully they keep that from last game, apply it tonight, and help Ollie out.
Scottsdale putting up 69 points, shooting 55%, 29 from 3, 68% from the line, 38 rebounds, 15 assists. Coyotes average 76 points, shooting 46%, 34% from 3. Last couple outings, they've been really fantastic from long range. 68% from the line, 42 rebounds, 14 assists. Coyotes, once again, won all 4 matchups. The last one in the Region 1 semifinals, 77-64 against the Artichokes last year. Coyotes led by head coach Steve Silsby, his assistants Zach Harrison, Leon Sutton, and Mike Fowler. Scottsdale led by head coach Curtis Millage, his assistants Galen Bornick, Kaylee O'Haron, and Plato Demakos. Players to watch out for, of course, Will Coates. He was named the ACC AC D2 Player of the Week after scoring 22 points for 3 rebounds in the win over Park University JV squad. He followed that up with 28 last week in the win over ACU JV, knocking down 6 threes. He leads the conference in three-point percentage at 57%. He's shooting 55% from the floor. Will Coates, the beautiful thing, Coach Steve Silsby said he needs more out of Will Coates. And Will Coates, as we head toward Christmas time, the light's going on in a big way.
Yeah, Will Coates really stepping up to the plate. And, we love to see it. He's such a nice guy on and off the court. And I think he really brings that needed leadership to the court. And when you got a guy who's stepping up like that, putting points on the board, shooting just so tremendously, it's hard not to be inspired as other players on the court also step in. And I think we see that from his fellow teammates as well.
For Scottsdale, Zach Anderson, Jabin Yancey, Tyson Helms need to get off to quick starts, but Scottsdale really has some good depth. And Chandler-Gilbert, the starters are going to be announced. It's going to be leading the way, number 5, Jabin Price, number 10, Salah Thomas, number 23, Connor Aldridge, who had 25 in the victory over the ACU JV squad. Will Coates, who's been unstoppable as of late, really finding his stroke from long range, number 24, and number 32, Carter Karab. And for Scottsdale, number 0, Tyson White, number 3, Zach Anderson, number 11, Alex Williams, number 12, Tyler Holloman, and number 13, Tyson Helms. Other action going on tonight in the ACC-AC. Mesa at Phoenix. College of Southern Nevada at Utah State Eastern. Pima at Glendale. Yavapai at Arizona Western. Eastern Arizona at Central Arizona. And Community Christian College at Cochise. D2 rankings. Pima ranked number 7. They're the team to beat in this conference. Malcolm Community College in the top spot overall. Up next for the Coyotes, of course, a Wednesday matchup against Glendale here. But first, it's all about trying to stop this brand new Scottsdale team led by Curtis Millich. And we'll talk about the standings on the men's side here shortly. And we are about to jump this one off. Alex Williams jumping that one against Carter, and Chandler-Gilbert comes down with it. Chandler-Gilbert going right to left on your screen in the white and teal. Scottsdale, once again, in the black and green. Taken away in the post by Tyson Holmes. Shot won't go. Bodies colliding. Connor Aldridge comes down with it. So the Coyotes survived the first silo by the Artichokes. They work it to Carter. Picked up immediately by Tyson Holmes. Shot is fired up. Long range by Price won't go. Worked in the middle lane by Alex Williams, that is. Javen Price tries to scoop it up. Won't go. Pulled down by Alex Williams. Hectic pace. Zach Anderson controlling it. Scottsdale thought about it. Now they'll ease it up and get it into their half-court offense. Directed by Tyson Holmes. 12 on the shot clock. Williams will swing it over to Tyson Holmes. Picked up by Carter Crabb. Couple dribbles by Holmes. The kick out in the corner. 3 seconds. Long range, Zach Anderson. And that rolls around the rim. Coyotes with the rebound. And the Coyotes will allow that every single time. Scottsdale struggling from long range, and Connor Aldridge not struggling from long range whatsoever. Buries the 3 early, 3-0 Chandler-Gilbert lead. Inside look and point blank. Tyler Holloman with the basket off the great feed from Alex Williams. These two squads, longtime rivals. They met 4 times last year. Chandler-Gilbert winning all 4. Year before, they met in the Region 1 finals, in which Scottsdale won at home. Will Coates fires it up off the front of the iron. Pulled down by Helms. Helms gets it up quickly on the top of the key on that left side. Swings it over to Zach Anderson. Now Williams picked up by Carter Crabb. Williams will get it over to Tyson Helms. Helms pulls up. Won't go. Holloman down in the box. They'll reset. White out to Zach Anderson. Couple dribbles. Gives it up. Swings it back over to Helms. 11 on the shot clock. Williams puts it on the floor. Williams. And they're going to call a blocking foul against Carter Crabb, his first. And you know, for Scottsdale, 4 losses last year to Chandler-Gilbert. If there was any game they had circled on the calendar this year, Curtis Millich and his team, it's definitely Chandler-Gilbert.
Absolutely.
Helms off the inbounds. 20 on the clock. Holloman down low. Holloman blocked by Coates. Thomas with the loose ball. Swings it over to Price. Price picked up by Helms in transition. Thomas, long range. Thomas off the front of the iron. Williams. Helms in transition. Both teams running fast early on. Anderson. Good defense by Price. Loose ball. Coates and Javen Price comes up with it. And they're going to call the timeout. Chandler-Gilbert, a good call as the Coyotes are scrapping on the floor. So kind of like what we saw in the girls' game.
Yeah.
A very frenetic pace early on. Both teams maybe just a tad bit out of sync. A lot of adrenaline flowing, and only a 5-point scored in the first 3 minutes plus.
Yeah, no doubt, Joe. You can feel the rivalry between these both girls and men's squads. I mean, they come out hard, they're playing aggressive, not really pulling punches, but already off the bat, you can tell Scottsdale trying to figure out how do they penetrate the great lockdown defense that the Coyotes put on the inside. They've really been forced to the outside shot, and even their attempts at driving in have been truly blocked away. Love that three-point shot by Connor, getting them started early. I hope that continues.
Connor coming off that 25-point effort against the ACU JV team. Coyotes were lights out from long range in that one. Williams attacking. Williams strong. Alex Williams with a man-sized move down the lane.
And we've seen a few times the Coyotes trying to work it down to Carter Korav playing the post position, but Carter, he's got some big bodies he's playing against. He's just one guy. He's kind of met his match down there. He might need to start working it around.
Connor picked up by Tyson White. Will Coates getting double teamed. Connor puts it on the floor. Connor tries to scoop it in and does just that. Connor, 5 first period points. Picking up where he's left off. He's played exceptionally well, starting to believe in his ability. No longer worrying about whether to take the shots. It's about being aggressive and doing just that. Holloman underneath follows his shot. Anderson long range. Anderson with the triple. 7-5 Scottsdale. Chandler-Gilbert lost Ty Cochran to a lower body injury. They lost starting center Parker Larson to a lower body injury.
Good move.
And Carter showing some touch. Lockie McCain out with an injury. Parker and Ty Cochran not playing again this season. Will Coates out defending. And Tyson Helms with a good look. And Scottsdale getting some good looks and knocking them down, showing their range. 9-7 Scottsdale. Carter picked up by Holloman. Swings it over, and Alex Williams with the steal. And Williams gliding to the rack. Alex Williams. He's got some muscle on that frame and moves well with the basketball in the open court. Will Coates try to swing it down to Carter, down in the box, and misfire. Hinder, Cohen Aldridge, Nolan Christensen, as well as Tegan Mulalny going in. Checking in Javon Yancey. And Yancey is a force for this team. Yancey putting up 8 points and 6 rebounds. Not afraid to battle down in the glass. Williams active early. Nolan Christensen. Taken away. Mulalny. Open floor. Trying to push the pace. Now pull it back out. Ollie swings it over. Nolan Christensen. Nolan right in the lane and misses the shot. Also in Kenyon Jackman Thomas, number 1 for Scottsdale. 20 seconds off the inbounds. Ollie works it to Javen. Tegan Mulalny, top of the key. They work it to Ollie, and they'll reset it once again. 11 on the shot clock. Ollie up top. Nolan Christensen, shot clock winding down. Ollie down low. Blocked by Williams. And Williams and Christensen getting tied up. Christensen called for the foul. And Alex Williams on both ends of the floor really coming up big for the Artichokes. Stepping in for Scottsdale, Tayden, Arizona. Handling the point guard duties as Zach Anderson. Now on that shooting edge, it's Tyson Helms on the bench. Anderson, top of the key with the stroke. His second bucket of the game. Now 13-7 Scottsdale. Cohen Aldridge Arizona right on him, man-to-man. Ollie. Yancey on him up top and tight. Cohen try to fight off the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Nolan turns it over. Will Coates about to check back in. And Yancey gets called for the travel. Scottsdale coming in, playing with some confidence, and Will Coates and Connor Aldridge getting very short breathers. Maloney will be handling the point as Cohen plays the 2. Connor, Ollie Hinder, and Will Coates, your big men. Maloney swings it over to Cohen. Cohen fighting through a screen. Cohen, turnaround, short. Ollie's there. Ollie going strong, and Ollie up and in. Exactly what the doctor orders. Ollie puts up 12 and 5. Will with the steal. Will racing up. Will swings it over. And a 4-point swing for the Coyotes as Cohen Aldridge banks it in. 13-11 ball game now. Coyotes on a little mini run. Yancey over to Arizona. 16 on the shot clock. Anderson, little head fake. Spots. Good look, just bounces in and out. Ollie rips it down. Tremendous pace as the teams have find their offensive footing. Maloney swings it over to Coates. Will thought about it with Alex Williams in his back pocket. And they call the jump, possession. In favor of Scottsdale as Will wanted the foul call. And Curtis Millage talking to Jabin Yancey saying, wake up, you're sleeping, young man. Contests like this, when heated rivals always play, there's no one can afford to be on nap time. 14 on the shot clock. Arizona will swing it over to Yancey. Yancey works it to Anderson. Anderson, little head fake. Anderson loses the handle, but Scottsdale gets it back. Long range, that's off the mark. Connor Aldridge pulls it down off the misfire by Isaiah Olajinka. Apologize about that. Aldridge. Connor Aldridge, long range. And the putback by Will Coates going up top. His first bucket of the game. 13-all. Coyotes roaring back. Yancey lost the handle. Anderson tracks it back down. Swung over. Another turnover. Mullowney. Connor Aldridge. Coyotes have got numbers. They work it back out. Mullowney will set it up. Cohen Aldridge, long range. And Cohen slides off the front of the iron. 13-all. Timeout on the floor. And our referees for tonight's contest, Damian Gonzalez, Brady Barrett, and John Hardigan. And a special shout out to John's mom in Kentucky, Becky Hardigan. Becky, happy holidays. 13-all, tremendous pace. Scottsdale built a 13-7 lead, and Chandler on a 6-0 run.
Yeah, aggressive pace, fun ball. I mean, what more could you want? They're both playing tremendously well, and now it just comes down to who can put it up on the board and really make it count. I love the effort from boys. Obviously, Connor Aldridge really standing out in this first half where he's putting away some great buckets, hitting those outside threes. And you know what? Will Coates hasn't landed all of his shots, but I love the hustle. He'll drive right in there, and you saw that nice putback dunk. He'll make it count on both ends of the court. So great hustle from both these teams.
Arizona, Kenyon Jackman Thomas on the floor for Arizona. For Scottsdale, that is. Mullowney, Aldridge, Carab, Cohen, and Will Coates. Good defense by the Coyotes. They swing it out to Cohen. Cohen reads it and reads it well. Pulls it back out, but swings it down to Carter, down in the box, and tipped by Scottsdale. Emmanuel Edwin with the tip that knocked out of bounds. Muldowney inbounds. Coates lets it fly. Long from 3. Edwin pulls it in. Scottsdale working around. Muldowney on Arizona. Also in the contest. Logan Willis for Scottsdale. Dumped down. Edwin in the blocks. And they call contact down in the blocks. Foul will be against Cohen Aldridge, his first. Javen Price and Salah Thomas checking back in. And Connor might have get poked in the eye by chance. And they call the foul, of course, on Aldridge. Both teams taking a timeout. 13-13, kind of a helter-skelter pace at first. Both teams got into an offensive rhythm, and then now both defenses kind of set the stage here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, big bodies clashing into each other, and we've talked about the rival teams. They're going to go hard. They're going to play aggressive, and that's exactly what we're seeing. So, as to be expected.
Coyotes, of course, playing without starting center Parker Larson, lost for the year. Ty Cochran, starting forward, lost for the year with lower body injuries. Starter Lockie McCain out with a lower body injury. His timetable yet to be determined. So this is a Chandler-Gilbert team resembling more of a mash unit than a basketball squad and doing their best. And they need to get healthy, and hopefully the holiday break will provide some emergency health kits underneath the Christmas tree.
Absolutely.
And for Scottsdale, they've got some good parts. And you can tell the inside-outside game of Zach Anderson, who's got some good wiggle, and Alex Williams, who's a little bit of a specimen and can really work his way on both sides of the floor. Arizona gets it in. Shot from the outside. No good. Scottsdale is there. And going up and strong, Tarek Hamlin for the basket. 15-13. Javen Price swings over to Thomas. Thomas gives up the dribble. Muldowney with Arizona right on him on the left wing. Muldowney swings it over. Javen Price in the lane. Javen Price blocked from behind by Arizona. And they're going to call the foul against Emmanuel Edwin, his first. And this has been a relatively clean first half, only 4 fouls through the first 11 minutes. Javen at the line. .81% free throw shooter. Price gets it to drop. 1 point game, Scottsdale, 15-14. Scottsdale working the top of the key. Arizona surveying. Driving move. And Will is there to clean it up and defend. Olayinka on the drive attempt. Javen Price over to Carter Carab. Swings it to Salah Thomas. That right side of the key. And they're going to call a foul against Edwin, his second. Javen Yancey about to check back in. No question, Edwin is in his minutes, a board crasher, a physical specimen, and out there to work the muscle. Javen Price being Check by Hamlin. Swings it over Carab. Carab going strong. Won't go. Follows his shot and up and in. Scottsdale looking for the offensive on Carter, but they don't get it.
And on that last play, you could hear Coach Silsby yelling to Javen, get it to Carter. He had the mismatch. He clearly had the height advantage. So good listen by Javen to Coach Silsby on the sidelines.
Javen on the hand check. Non-shooting. Williams goes back in. Logan Willis. Quick couple minutes for Scottsdale, providing some good defense and some length on the perimeter. Yancey swings it over to Alex Williams. Williams. Arizona gets called for the travel. 16-15. Thomas, Hinder, Price, Aldridge, and Thomas on the floor. Yancey, Williams, Arizona. Hamlin, as well as Olayinka on the floor for Scottsdale. Foul inside on Yancey. That's his first. Zach Anderson about to check back in, as well as Tyson Helms.
And I love the correction from Ollie Hinder from the first time he went in like that, and now this last one. You saw that first one, brought it down a little bit, got more of a block, didn't get the foul call, and this one kept the ball high, got it on the arm. Now he's headed to the line. So great correction from Ollie Hinder.
Ollie Hinder, who has been such a spectacular find for the Coyotes from Corona High School. And you know this stat's not going to make his dad happy. Only shooting 52% from the free throw line, right? His dad played in the league. Yancey underneath. Yancey. Good defense by Hinder underneath. Yancey racing back. Price. And both teams doing a great job in transition defense. Hinder battling down low. Hinder, Ollie floats it up. No call. Ollie going back the other way. Price giving chase. Helms, Thomas. Yancey puts it on the floor. Yancey swings inside. Alex Williams. And Alex Williams has proved that he's going to be a mismatch just for about anyone, whether he's in transition or down in the blocks.
Yeah, no doubt. He clearly has the athleticism, clearly has the size, but he also has a bit of a finesse, which is not always common in big men. So it's a great asset to him.
Hinder, a little spin. Ollie, nice move. He's got 6 points, 20-17. And a kick ball that goes against the Coyotes. Scottsdale trailing by 3. Scottsdale's open league with a couple nice wins. You look at the Division II standings. Pima's 3-0, Scottsdale 2-0, South Mountain 2-1, Glendale 1-1, Chandler-Gilbert 1-1. Chandler's lone loss to Pima. They knocked off Mesa to open league on the road. And that's going to be the case for a lot of teams when they run into Pima. Pima, a lot of depth, a lot of shooters, a lot of skill.
Yeah.
They're going to be a tough out in this conference and a tough out nationally if they should make the national tournament. Yancey gets tied up. Carter with the good hands. 20-17. Under 6 minutes left in this first half. Hinder working that top of the key, showing he's got handles. He can handle the rock. Javen floats in the corner. Carter working back out to Javen. Helms closes quickly. 7 on the shot clock. Javen and cleaning it up, Cohen Aldridge. And that is what you like to see. Second chance also, second chance opportunities, and the lead is 5 for the Coyotes. Anderson kept in check in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Loose ball, Aldridge gets it out to Jabin Price, and Jabin up and in. Great defense by Aldridge, and Jabin the recipient.
And what a great little pass there from Cohen Aldridge. I mean, got the steal, but that wasn't an easy pass. It was full speed, lob over the top, and really, Jabin had to catch it just like a wide receiver in a football game to get that ball in.
24-17. Coyotes. At one time, we're down 13-7 in this one. And they are on a 17-4 run right now. And we've seen tremendous defense. The double team down in the posts, hitting some shots. And I think, and you and I talked about this, Matt, that ACU JV game the other night, we saw a very gritty, determined team and very crisp offensively. And after kind of a sluggish first couple minutes that we've talked about, they have been clean. The execution's good, and the rotation and the double teams, whether it be out in the perimeter or down in the paint, are just so on point.
Yeah, no, I think you're spot on. And you could see in those games a lot of the players finding their offensive mark on the team and their role. And I think that's just continued into tonight's game.
Zach Anderson, been quiet as of late. Alex Williams, he's not afraid, going strong, and Alex Williams denied down in the post. But once again, Alex Williams, young man, he's got some size, has the ability to move well. A sophomore. Helms, 3 seconds. Helms will let it fly. In and out. And Cohen. How big have the Aldridge brothers been in this contest early? They have played spectacular. Coach Silsby talked about how he needs his young players to step up with all the injuries. Hinder, the Aldridge brothers, Jabin Price, Carter as well, and these young men are answering it. Jabin gliding and delivering. Jabin Price slicing and dicing. And the lead is 9 for Chandler-Gilbert. And you can hear it from the Scottsdale side, and that's got to be a travel on Helms. They say he just lost his footing, and once again, Alex Williams refusing to let his team fade away. 8 first half points. Coates and Thomas back in. Hinder getting a break. Cohen Aldridge, quality minutes. Hinder, 6 first half points. Cohen, 4 points. Young men delivering, and Alex Williams has been a force offensively and defensively. Cannot connect on the free throw. They call a foul on Tyler Holloman. 26-19. Coyotes doing a tremendous job. And that was a dangerous pass right there. Mullowney gets over to Carter. Mullowney, Price, Coates, Carab, Thomas on the floor for Chandler-Gilbert. Alex Williams, Holloman, Helms, Anderson, as well as Tyson White. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Salah. Loose ball on the deck. Anderson comes up with it. Hectic pace. Anderson, transition, works it to Winters. Williams, that is. Williams. And Scottsdale was hoping for the and one. They don't get it. 26-21. Good crowd on hand. Squads bringing in their fan base from both sides. Carab with Holloman on him. Carter, good scooping move. That was tremendous. He's got 6 points. 28-21.
And I love to see Carter coming into that role as that down low, aggressive post. And that was just a great example of being composed, not getting frazzled, and going strong.
Holloman off the top of the post. Williams dishes it out. Helms, Tyson White driving. White tries to go into the big bodies.
Good hustle.
Holloman. And it's Mullowney coming up with it. Winding down to 2 minutes left and a highly entertaining first half. Anderson. Now it's Mullowney. 10 on the shot clock. Thomas lets it fly from 3. Off the mark. Carter can't bring it down. Helms, middle of the floor. Helms, pull up. Banks it in. His second bucket. It's a 5-point game. Javen on that right side, picked up by Helms. Now it's Coates. Over to Carter. Holloman. The assignment on Crab. They work it to Will. Helms, quick hands. Bounces to Holloman. And they're going to call the foul on Carter. Make that the foul call on Mullowney, the blocking foul. Cohen and Ollie back in. Mullowney checking out after providing some good minutes running the point for the team. 28-23. Helms with the no look out to Logan Willis. Helms, little floater, won't go. Will cleaned it up over to Thomas. Cohen on that left side. Swings it to Hinder. Hinder down in the blocks. Ollie going strong. Ollie. Little quick spin and in. Ollie Hinder. 8 first half points.
And you got to love that. When the post gets big, goes strong, clears out the lane, and Ollie Hinder did just that and put points on the board for his team.
They call the tip off the foot of Ollie Hinder. Helms. Swung in the corner. Tyson White off the mark. And they're going to call the loose ball foul because Kenyon Jackson Thomas. Physical contest, 30-23. Call it a 8-second shot clock differential. Aldridge. Kenyon Thomas. Jackson Thomas, that is, on him. Hinder, give and go. Cohen. And Cohen on a great executional play. Great recognition. Jackson Thomas picks up his second. Aldridge at the line. 76% free throw shooter.
And the Coyotes really seem to fall into place. We talked about this last game, finding that rhythm, but tonight even more smooth, finding more rhythm, finding more pacing. And I love this give and go that they're doing between Ollie and then Cohen was a good example there. Finding the lane, driving in, and then mostly just staying composed, right? Either kicking it out or going in hard and getting the point.
Isaiah Oleyinka about to check in. Cohen connects on 1 of 2. He's got 5 points. Coyotes with an 8-point lead. Scottsdale can play it out. Final 20.9 seconds left in this first half. And now both sides playing the whose shoes can squeak louder. And Javen Price showing his ability not just to drive and penetrate, his ability to clean up the floor, literally. And Alex Williams checking back in. Williams with 11 first half points. From Carrollton, Texas, making his way here to Scottsdale. 10 on the shot clock. Anderson. Anderson pulling it out. High screen. Anderson lets it go. Off the mark. Williams underneath. Williams going in strong. And Scottsdale shocked that they don't get the foul call, but Williams once again just showing how tough he is inside. 31-25. Chandler-Gilbert with the 31-25 halftime lead, and some good scoring throughout. Ollie Hinder, 8 first half points. Carter with 6 points. Cohen with 5. Connor with 5. Got to wonder about the health status of Connor Aldridge, who looked like he got poked in the face earlier, and we haven't seen him back on the floor since. Jabin with 5 points as well. Some balanced scoring, and Will Coates only 2, but this is what the Coyotes need. They need balance. They can't rely on Will Coates and another player to lead the charge. They need other guys to step up, and after starting slow with a 13-7 deficit, Coyotes with a 6-point lead at the half.
Yeah, Joe, I mean, they're in a great position. You got to love to see all the pieces coming together and players working together to put points on the board. And obviously their defense has always been solid. They're doing a great job there tonight as well. Stay consistent, keep going, keep the rhythm. And I think the ball placement and movement from their team, the nice dips on the inside to Ollie Hinder and then the give and goes have been tremendous tonight. So keep doing that. I think we know in no way thought this was going to be a blowout game, but they're on the right track. So keep doing what they're doing.
Zach Anderson with 6 points. He leads the team in scoring at 10 points a game, but it's really been Alex Winters who's been really a force. And Winters, a sophomore, and kind of look at his regular season numbers. You know, it's surprising. He's only putting up 5 points, and here's a young man who's shooting 51%, 35% from 3. You can figure at some point Alex Williams will start to get some more touches. He's only averaging like 7 points, but he's shooting 51% from the floor. He's very tough. He can create his own shot. He's shooting 35% from 3.
Yeah.
You got to figure Scottsdale's got to give this young man some more touches in the course of the season to give this team a little more firepower. Javen Price has been held in check. So collectively, defensively, I think Chandler-Gilbert's rotated well, double teams have well, and they fought and they battled. And we're seeing signs of a really good, scrappy team.
Yeah. Yeah, this has been a competitive game across the board. I think both teams playing at a high level, and I think the game's only going to be tighter and tighter as we near the end of the second half. As we get closer to that, we'll see. But yeah, really promising. And another injury I didn't even know about, Kobe Mott, who we saw last game, broken bone in his hand. And he suffered that during the game, or the last JV squad game they played against Arizona Christian. So another injury. He's got it wrapped tonight, so we'll see, and we've got some fresh stats as well.
So we are tied. Or I should say the Georgia-Texas game is tied. 10-16 all. Is that in the fourth quarter? Overtime.
Wow.
That is in overtime, the SEC title game. So as we look at the first half stats for Chandler-Gilbert, blazing. 57%, struggling from three-point range. At only 14%, 1 of 7 from long range. On the other side for Scottsdale, they're shooting 46%, 20% from 3. So Chandler-Gilbert once again locking up another opponent, up by 6.5. And we'll take a short timeout from the Coyote Center. More to come. Coyotes and Artichokes with a whole half to go right here from Chandler-Gilbert. We welcome you back to the Coyote Center. Both teams on the floor right now getting their respective halftime shots in. SEC title final. Georgia knocks off Texas 22-19. Big victory for Georgia to keep their playoff hopes alive, and now they are the SEC champions, so you basically can punch them in. Texas, automatic because of the ranking. ASU will find out their fate, kind of waiting on the Clemson SMU game tonight. Back here at Chandler-Gilbert, Coyotes, after a sluggish start, Matt, down 13-7. Their offense came to life. Their defense came to life, and Ollie Hinder leading the way, and balanced scoring throughout. Hinder with 8, Carab with 6, Connor and Cohen, Aldridge with 5, Javen Price with 5. Coach Silsby was needing and looking for balance. His team coming through in that first half.
Yeah, he's got a lot of great pieces that are pulling their own weight, putting points on the board, and I think it all started with those big threes from Connor Aldridge. Obviously came out with a head injury, and we'll see if he enters back in. It looks like he's bandaged up and doing all right, but yeah, I mean they're pulling their weight. They're doing a good job, and you talked about, Will had a big game, really sparked the flame, one might say. Tonight not hitting as well, but the other guys are stepping up, putting points on the board, and that's what's so key to a great team. So I think they've got some good pieces.
Will is 1 of 3 from the floor, so it's not like these shots have been plenty. And of course, Scottsdale, they look at tape, they look at box scores, and they see Will shooting over 50% from the floor, 55% from 3, or in that range, 57% roughly. And he's going to be a point of emphasis defensively.
Absolutely.
So now here we are in the second half as we get going. Coates, Price, Carab, Connor Aldridge back on the floor. Suffered a head injury in the first half. Got that all banded up. He's good to go. Salah Thomas also there. Tyson White, Alex Williams, Zach Anderson. Helms, Holloman on the floor for Scottsdale. And just how we started the first half. High octane. And that's going to be a foul against Zach Anderson. That's his first. And just how the first half started, a very up and down pace. Just how the second half has started. Javen off the inbounds. They work it out to Carter. Javen swings over to Will. Will lets it fly from 3, and Will, blazing, knocks down the triple. And you'd love to see that gets Will heated up here in the second half. Coyotes with a 9-point lead. Helms off the inbounds. Winners. Williams, that is, down in the blocks. Williams going strong. Wow. And right now, Alex Williams making it look easy. He's got 12 points. Make that 14 now. And if you look at Scottsdale, with Zach Anderson and Williams, that's a nice scoring punch, and that's going to be possession on the tie-up, Scottsdale's favor. Zach Anderson's ability to shoot from the outside and Williams' ability just to put on the floor and do a little bit of everything. That's a nice 1-2 punch right there.
Absolutely.
All they got to do is get some more contributions, and the Scottsdale team is going to be kind of dangerous. Holloman, White, Carter, and Coates. Back-to-back swats. Price, and Price loses the handle. Anderson the other way. Anderson off the glass, past Coates. He's got 8 points, 34-29. And Coach Silsby calls a timeout. And that's a timeout right there, just to kind of reset the team a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a good call by Coach Silsby. I mean, it's so easy to get out of your rhythm in games like this, especially where it's high intensity, a lot of aggressive guys out on the court and also a rivalry team. And so him needing to reline it up, he's already got some great looks. Will Coates hitting that big three. I mean, that adds a lot to the game. We know what Will can do when he starts heating up. So just get back on point. He's had a few scrambles here and there. Line it back up.
Coyotes with a 5-point second half lead. Alex Williams. You look at the young man, a sophomore, originally from Texas. Well framed, some muscle in that frame, but just a tremendous athlete. And really showing up well. And right now, Coyotes don't have any answers for Alex Williams. Whether he's just gliding to the rack, getting those long arms out in space, or going up strong on second chance opportunities, he's delivering. Price getting double teamed off the inbounds. Over to Salah. Swung it over back to Javen. Ali with Holloman coming out on top of the key. They work it to Coates in a back door, and they're going to call that on goaltending, or they're going to call the foul on Williams. Williams with the foul, and Will was looking for the goaltending, which looked like that might be the call. Now we talk about Will Coates and how good he is and everything he's doing from the field. 55% from the field, 57%. Only a 63% free throw shooter. And Coates knocks down both. 36-29. Tyson White pull up by Anderson. And Anderson doesn't get the roll. Thomas skying. A lot of white jerseys down in the paint, defending down in the box. Helms on Javen Price. Ali Hinder, Holloman, tight man-to-man defense. Coates, catch and shoot, bang. And that was off the side of the iron. Steve Silsby having a conversation with one of the referees as Scottsdale. And Will had a good look, just slightly off. Oh, and Aldridge about to check in. Aldridge, 5 points. Very productive in the first half. And right now the Aldridge brothers are in their first season, but they are really starting to blossom into looking like second-year players for this program.
Yeah, the Aldridge brothers bring a lot to the court, to the team, to the game. Not only obviously great outside shooters, but not afraid to get in this inside, work the post, or even that nice 5-foot jumper.
Helms, little floater. Won't go, and Ollie tracks it down. Price swings it over to Cohen. Tyson White, tight man. Ollie against Williams, and Ollie reversing, and they call the foul. And the referee is going to talk it over, and that's going to be on Alex Williams. That's his second foul, and Ollie's got those deceptive moves down in the paint. He's got a little spin, little juke, a little wiggle in his game.
Yeah.
Ollie, 8 first half points. Knocks that down. Connor checking in, Carter checking out. Carter's been tough. 6 points in this one. Really providing a lot of muscle down in the box. Hinder misses on the second. And Williams pulls it down. And Williams loses the handle, gets over to Anderson. Arizona on the floor. Anderson slicing, and Ollie swatting it out of there. Ollie doing it on both ends. 37-29. Tatum, Arizona off the inbounds. Anderson They work it over to Williams, picked up by Connor Aldridge. They go down in the blocks. Edwin. And they're going to call Will Coates on the over the top. That's his first. And you know what? I'm okay with that because you're making every opportunity for Scottsdale a chore.
Yeah.
Nothing is coming easy right now. Holloman down low. Won't connect underneath on the good defense by Will Coates. And Javen Price. Anderson locked up. Ollie up top. Edwin on him. They work it down to Cohen on the mismatch. Cohen, the bank off the glass on the perfect read. They saw the mismatch and they went to Cohen immediately. Great recognition by the Coyotes.
Mm-hmm.
The lead is 8. 15:47 left. Logan Willis checking back in. Holloman checking out. Arizona. They swing it to Anderson, who's picked up. No breathing room for Anderson. He'll let it fly from 3 off the mark. Javen Price swings it out to Connor. Connor, a mismatch with Tate in Arizona, and they lock him down in the blocks. They get it back out to Javen. Swings it to Cohen. Cohen driving in. Tate in Arizona knocks it out of bounds. Connor showing some patience, and you got to like the rotation by Scottsdale. He was driving, and then all of a sudden 3 bodies collided on him immediately, and he had enough urgency and poise to kick it out. 15 on the shot clock. Cohen will reset the offense. Javen with Tate in Arizona all over him down in the blocks, and that's a good call right there. Tate in Arizona all over Javen Price. And you know, we just saw the mismatch earlier on Connor Aldridge on Tate in Arizona. You just got to wonder, it's a matter of time before they feed Javen down in the post against Arizona. Arizona. And they put back by Connor. So Javen does not score, but taking advantage of the mismatch against Tate in Arizona, and Connor cleans it up. Anderson up top, couple dribbles. They dump it down to Edwin. Work it out, Logan Willis long range, in and out. Loose ball, Coyotes. Connor comes up with it. Connor with the handles, he's not afraid, swings it to his brother. Cohen with Anderson, right on him. Back to Ollie Hinder. Ollie, and the Coyotes working the clock. Connor, step back. Connor off the side of the iron. Edwin, loose ball, and Coyotes almost came up with it. It's Anderson, and now it's Cohen. We've got numbers, and Cohen bangs it home. Great defense. Coyotes never lost their focus, and it's Williams swings it out. Logan Willis for 3. Cohen Aldridge, and they work it to Ollie. Ollie, high and hard, and the Coyotes with a 14-point lead. And once again, the Aldridge brothers coming up big, and the great defense by the Coyotes, and they've extended the lead to 14.
Yeah, I mean, it's just great to see these guys working in one cohesive unit. The Aldridge brothers have been huge in this game, stepping up to the plate, not only on the outside shot, but on the inside looks. I mean, some of those putbacks giving their team second chances, but then you just got to love these runs they've gone on where they scramble the Scottsdale's offense and just start picking them off one by one and force them into a timeout.
You know, the funny thing about this team, it's a very, very young team, and they've been just decimated by injuries. And for a team like the Coyotes, if they can grind out games like this, and they start getting bodies back, by, let's call it February, right? And then all of a sudden, all that experience from all these young players, and then they get some veterans back, it's going to be a dangerous team down the second half of the year.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and to give some credit to Coach Silsby, too, some of this wisdom that he has from coaching as many years as he's been here. The Aldridge twins redshirted last season. Javen Price redshirted last season. So a lot of these guys have already seen and been a part of that culture and committed to what Coach Silsby's trying to instill in his guys. And look, when the vets fell down and got injured, these guys, all they needed was a chance to step on the floor and get their time out there to really, put it to good work. And now we're seeing the fruits of that longer labor where they were redshirts learning the culture and learning Coach Silsby's game. So it's some great wisdom, Coach Silsby, being prepared on the forefront, never knowing what the season will bring.
Cohen with 9 points, Connor with 7. The Aldridge brothers filling up the stat sheet. And this is what Coach Silsby's looking for.
Yeah.
Balance scoring from his team. If he gets that, this team has got an opportunity to make some noise here in the conference. Edgewin down in the box. Carter providing a tough physical force. Mullowney toting the line.
Mm-hmm.
Great work by the Coyotes. Just good defensively, and Coach Silsby pleading to Mullowney to get the ball up the court. By no means does Coach Silsby ever want to see his team play slow unless it's for a purpose. Connor outside. Good look, and once again, the rebound by who else? Cohen. Aldridge brothers just continue to provide big moments for the team. Carter inside, Connor. And they're going to call a foul on Tate in Arizona. Checking back in is Tyson Helms. 45-31. It's Coyotes team. So many injuries, but not lacking heart and not lacking effort in this one. Mullowney off the inbounds.
And Joe, it's fun to see the Aldridge twins playing on the court at the same time. I was talking to them last game, and Connor mentioned, he's like, yeah, we didn't get to play as much, or the last few games as much together as we'd like, and we have a great rhythm because we've been playing together for forever. And so to see them out here tonight and kind of find that chemistry that they've been building over their lifetime, it's fun to watch.
And Carter will go to the line, drawing the foul against Edgewin. And what you're seeing from these Chandler-Gilbert youngsters is the maturity.
Mm-hmm.
And they are becoming a fearless group, ready to attack, ready to believe, and doing all the little things necessary. Carter's got 7 points. The lead is 15. Alex Williams, the one player the Coyotes have had no answer for. Edgewin up top. Swings over to Logan Willis. Willis just camping out the three-point line. He's their markster. Williams gives up the dribble. Helms, 7 on the shot clock. Mullowney on Helms. Good defense by Mullowney. Edgewin sets the screen. That's going to be a foul on Edgewin. A moving screen, and that wasn't going to run by the refs.
And Joe, that all starts with great defense from Tegan Mullowney, really putting the pressure on number 13, Tyson Helms, forcing that big screen to come because there was no other option. And in that rush, got the foul.
That one's going to be off the mark from 3 by Cohen. Swung it over to Logan Willis. Inside, Holloman. And that time the Coyotes get burned in transition. And that would never make Coach Silsby happy, or any coach for that matter. Connor swings it out. Cohen, Mullowney. 15 on the shot clock. Carter comes out. Holloman. Cohen thought about it for a split second. Carter puts it on the floor. Carter working hard. Can't connect around the rim, and Willis comes down with it. Racing down the floor. And Scottsdale burning themselves with some untimely turnovers.
And Joe, on that last play, they've struggled with Alex Williams trying to contain him all game, but I think they may have found their answer right there. Putting the double team, getting their hands straight up. That was really effective in locking him down that last play.
11:30 and counting. Coyotes with a 13-point lead. Mullowney, Price, Connor, Hinder, Carter Carabin. Alex Williams, Holloman, Logan Willis. Helms on the floor. Connor going strong, just a little too strong off the glass. Willis swings it in the corner. Willis up top, and Willis buries his first basket of the game. Tarek Hamlin on the floor, picking up the defensive assignment against Connor Aldridge. 10-point game. Connor lets it fly, long range. And that's going to be short. Now Scottsdale trying to make a run. Zach Anderson checking in.
Hey, you don't want to pay attention, Nate? You don't want to pay attention?
Now timeout on the floor, and Curtis Millage having a conversation with Tyson Helms about his attention span on the floor. And Helms had no idea what he was talking about, so they'll talk things over on their side. And for Chandler-Gilbert, trying to thwart off a little bit of a Scottsdale run here.
Yeah, you know, if I'm Coach Millage, you know, he's got some talented athletes, some obviously very well-built athletes as well, so some physical dominance too. But they've just lacked a rhythm offensively. You see a good shot here and there. Alex Williams obviously really doing the most for his team down low, but once again, all the pieces not coming together. So if I'm Coach Millage, you know, I think that's where he's struggling. How do we pull this together and get his boys locked in and really find that offensive rhythm?
Coyotes with a 10-point lead. Alex Williams taking up the floor. Tries to go backdoor inside. Holloman tries to scoop it underneath. And they call the foul on Ollie. His first. Make that the second on Ollie. And going to the line to shoot a pair is Tyler Holloman. A 50% free throw shooter. Coates and Thomas checking back in. Carter and Holloman. And Mullowney, I should say, checking out. These squads will meet 3 times this year. The first of 3 meetings. Holloman connects on both. The lead is 8. Scottsdale on a little bit of a run. Now Chandler-Gilbert looking to get back into a good offensive rhythm in their half-court offense. Hinder with Logan Willis. They try to go backdoor to Connor. Ball's in the air. Grabbed by Tarek Hamlin. And you got to wonder if Coach Silsby is going to be burning a timeout here soon. Coyotes offensively right now just not in a good rhythm. Cohen Aldridge back in. Thomas and Javen Price playing a little give and go in the middle of the floor. 14, Hinder up top. Holloman in his mug. Anderson. Price works off the screen. Thomas has a chance from 3. That's off the mark from 3. Anderson up the floor. Works the middle. Holloman, and now it's Anderson. 20 on the shot clock. They dump it down to Holloman in the post. Holloman. Willis from long range. That's off the mark. Tracked down by Chandler-Gilbert. And you'd love to see the Coyotes execute in the half court here for a basket. Seems like they've been on 46 for a long time. Hinder. Ollie with Holloman all over him. And that's an easy foul right there on Holloman. Holloman at one point was grabbing his jersey. So Ollie will go to the line. Only 3 of 4 from the line today. And that's a much-needed free throw from the Coyotes. Cohen checking in, Connor checking out. Carter. Seems ever since Connor had that little bit of a head injury, he's kind of thrown his game off just a tad. Hinder connects on both. 10-point lead. Coyotes looking for another league win. They opened with a road win at Mesa convincingly, then ran into the juggernaut that is Pima. And once again, Alex Williams continues to impress.
Yeah.
Foul call against the Coyotes. Williams will shoot a pair.
Yeah, Alex Williams really has been the shining star on the Scottsdale team offensively. I mean, he's driven in, he's done a great job. He's put a lot of points on the board, but the ones he hasn't converted on, 9 out of 10 times he's headed to the line. So just a powerful athlete.
The one weakness, 35% free throw shooter. So if this game gets tight, Williams, as good as he is offensively, he's the one you want to put at the line.
Absolutely.
And he misses on both. And Thomas skying among the trees to pull it down. The lead is still 10, 48-38. Coyotes and Scottsdale playing a little bit of a grind game in this second half. Basket's hard to come by. Carter swings it back out to Cohen. Cohen with the head fake. Cohen going in. Cohen can't get it to go. Holloman pulls it down. Anderson surveying the floor. Anderson in the lane. Swings it out. Helms loses the handle. Williams saves it. Williams pulls it back out. Helms fires it up. Carter rips it down. Good defense by the Coyotes, and get the sense for Scottsdale, it's almost like they panicked on that possession. Javen going strong. Can't connect off the glass. Both teams laboring offensively. Tyson White swings over to Anderson. They dump it down in the blocks. Williams seeing the double team. Works it out to Anderson. Anderson in and out off the three. Tyson White going up. And White and one. And checking back in, Javen Yancey and Connor Aldrich and Tegan Muldowney. Javen and Salah Thomas checking out.
The Coyotes in a tough spot with their score. I mean, 48-40, 7 minutes on the clock. A lot can happen in 7 minutes, and so they're not really in a comfortable spot right now. They got to make sure they maintain this pace. And Scottsdale's been putting a few points on the board, not rapidly, but slowly but surely. And what they don't want to do is be 1 minute with a 2-point game.
3-point play makes it a 7-point game. Tarek Hamblin also in, who's defended well in this one. Hamlin not filling up the box score, only 2 points, but playing some good defense. Connor lets it go. That's off the mark, and Hamlin in the right place at the right time. Pulls down the rebound. And all of a sudden, Scottsdale, they're starting to feel it. They pull within 7. Hamlin driving, blocked, and goes back up and fouls his shot. And Hamlin quietly making an impact in this game for Scottsdale. Muldowney, a 5-point game, under 7 minutes left. Works it to Carter, swung it over to Cohen. They go inside, Connor backdoor. And the Coyotes lulling the Artichokes to sleep, and just great cutting and moving. That play doesn't happen if Connor's not hustling and cutting underneath.
And as coach, if I'm Coach Millage, those are one of those plays that you just don't ever want to see the other team get, beating your defense for an open look at the basket like that.
And they're going to call the foul against Cohen, who thought he had a clean block. Tyson White going to the line. White averaging 6 points, 70% free throw shooter. And just how we kind of saw in the girls' game, free throw shooting could play a major factor down the stretch in this one. And White hits the first. 2 of 2 from the line. Scottsdale, of course, they call it about 20 minutes from here. Just going up the 101. Longtime Arizona Community College Athletic Conference rivals. Maloney. Helms. Tight defense. They work it to Carter. And right there is Hamlin. And swing it inside, and that's going to be a foul on Helms coming over the top.
More pressure. More pressure.
Holloman checking back in. And Tarek Hamlin checking out. And Hamlin doing a nice job for the Scottsdale team. Just one of those grit, grind players that you love to come off your bench to provide some quality minutes and some quality energy. Maybe doesn't give you the offensive production, but it's always around the glass and defending so well.
Absolutely. And those players are so key because they do really give some of your players who maybe offensively can convert time to rest, freshen up their legs, and get back out there so they can put some points on the board.
Connor misses the first of a 1N. In the lane. Holloman swings it out. Yancey will let it go from 3. That's not the kind of shot he wants to take, but it was there. Cohen, 5-point game. Yancey on Carter, no space to be given. And they'll call the foul on Javen Yancey, who I talked to before the game. Yancey would just threw down a big burrito in the stands about the size of my arm. And I asked him if it was any good. It's like, so far. And checking in is Alex Williams, who's played a tremendous game for Scottsdale. Cannot be stopped in this one. And Carter knocks down the first. Anderson checking out. Alex Williams checks it back in, and Williams with a recognition for the announcers on that after saying the great game. He said, much appreciated, because he's played spectacular. He's been a difference maker for Scottsdale. And now Carter with the chance to ice the second. And nice and smooth. And Carter really picking up his game as well. He's got 9 points. And that is the production Chandler-Gilbert needs from Carter. Once again, a lot of balanced scoring, and that's how this team is going to become a force in this conference. Because soon enough, they're going to be going on the road to Scottsdale and Mesa and Glendale, and it can't be a couple guys.
Absolutely. These are definitely the games where they really need to lock down exactly what their team makeup looks like so that they can be on the road, right, and play these tough games and feel confident in the way they play and how they go out and compete.
Tyson White misses on the tough basket off the Coyotes. 20 seconds, Helms, Yancey with Hinder. Yancey, a banger going in, and Yancey, a little reverse. His first bucket of the game. 5-point game. Coyotes led by as much as 15.
And the Cats are going to have to be careful in these last few minutes. They put Alex Williams in there. They've got Javen Yancey. And you got to think they're going to stack that down low post because that's really what's been working for them tonight and try to put basket or points on the board.
Will Coates can't hit on the fadeaway. Williams reads it well, shoots in the corner. Yancey. Don't let him shoot that all day, and he throws it away. And Will Coates is telling Cohen, slow it down. Clock, possession, scoreboard, all in our favor. Let's utilize the shot clock and get a good shot off. Yancey, right in Hinder's mug. They work it to Ollie. Ollie strong, and Ollie knocks it home.
What a great pass from Cohen, seeing Ollie on that dip. Normally, some guys will be looking one direction, don't see him from the back end of their corner of their eyes. So seeing Ollie on that backdoor cut, tremendous pass.
Hinder with 15 points. Coyotes up 54-47, 3:40 left. Helms long range. And Helms, who's been held in check, comes up big. It's a 4-point game. Mullowney swings it over to Cohen. Now it's really comes down to poise for this Coyotes team. Who can play cleaner down the stretch? 9 on the shot clock. Cohen dumps it down to Ollie. Ollie, a little floater. Won't go. Pulled down by Tarek Hamlin. Make that Holloman with the pull down. Holloman up top. Helms. And they're calling for a clear out for Helms. Yancey comes with the screen. Helms pulls up. That's off the mark. Holloman pulls it down. Williams, top of the key. And they're going to call a foul against the Coyotes on Mullowney. Jabin Price. Zach Anderson back in the game. Scottsdale, a ferocious run here to pull within 4. 2:33 left in eternity. And right now, the referees are trying to keep it all in order, and that's Brady Barrett telling the guys to calm themselves. Williams. And what a tremendous basket by Alex Williams. Right into the defender, body back into the defender, chucks it up off the glass, and it's a 2-point game. Ollie Hinder, Carter, and the Scottsdale defense picking up in a big way. And it's going to be a foul against Williams. Ollie will shoot a pair. Ollie at the line today. And that's tough. Free throw shooting so paramount in this one. Ollie now 6 of 8 from the line today. 16 points. 55-52. 1 possession game. And Curtis Miller's calling for a full timeout. So you knew Scottsdale at some point was going to make a run, and in that last 4, 5, 6 minute stretch, Coyotes just offensively not in a good rhythm, and shots hard to come by, nothing really falling.
Yeah, the Coyotes looking a little tired here in the last few minutes, trying to muster the energy to lock it down offensively and defensively, frankly. And the Archos came in strong. They put some of their best players in there, and they've made an impact, and they put themselves in a good spot in the next 2 minutes to really pull ahead and hopefully pull off a win. So now it comes down to Coach Silsby mustering his team back together, and really they've got to put some points in on the board. At that last foul that Scottsdale gave the Coyotes, not a good look for them. Now, obviously, they don't want to be putting themselves in that position where the gap is even further apart, but either way, it's anybody's game at this point.
So once again, the Coyotes lacking bodies. Lockie
Yeah.
McCain out with a lower body injury. Kobe Mott broke his finger in the last outing against the ACU JV squad. Of course, Parker Larson and Ty Cochran out for the year with lower body injuries. So the bench, it's a short one, and in a tight contest, no offense against the ACU JV squad or the Park University Gilbert JV squad, but Steve Silsby can't afford to roll the dice with any questionable moves and allow a little more freedom with his bench play.
Yeah, no, it really does. It comes down to these guys who are on the court right now giving 100% for the next 2 minutes and putting themselves over the edge and winning this game.
55-52. Crab, Hinder, Coates, Aldridge, Cohen, that is. Jabin Price, Helms, Anderson, Williams, Tyson White, Holloman on the floor for Scottsdale. Under 2 minutes left. Kicked in the corner. Holloman goes baseline, kicks it back out, and active hands by Cohen Aldridge, and what great defensive presence by Cohen, forcing Helms, and Helms stepped out of bounds. Once again, you and I have talked about that sidelines, using it as an extra defender. And Cohen, talk about stepping up today in a big way.
Yeah, great execution.
Buck 44 left. Coyotes up 55-52. Helms, Javen Price, a lot of dribbles, now gives it up to Carter Karab. 12 in the shot clock. Cohen with Tyson White on him. Cohen going strong. And Williams with the swat. Scottsdale in transition. Now they'll get into their half-court offense. Zach Anderson, Curtis Millage telling Zach Anderson to pull it out. And I thought Scottsdale would try to get a quick basket and just drive. Anderson, top of the key. And there's going to be an offensive foul against Holloman. And that just kills a momentum killer for Scottsdale. I mean, that's the last thing you want to see is you want to be physical, of course, but in that place, looking to set a good screen. Nothing high, nothing with the elbow, nothing with the forearm, right?
Unfortunately for Scottsdale, the last two plays, they've just had a foul here, a foul there, and taking away their chance to put points on the board.
Cohen, who's been so key in this one, and Sills calls a timeout. And 55-52 with 55.3 seconds left. We have 5 across the boards. So the big turnover by Scottsdale and Holloman, and now the Coyotes with 20 seconds on the shot clock. And, of course, they've got some options. And you got to wonder if the way Cohen has played, if he gets the opportunity in this 20-second span.
Yeah, I mean, right now, stay out of foul trouble. No easy points for Scottsdale. You don't want them going to the line. And from there, I mean, with these last 55 seconds, run a play, get some points, put yourself over so you're at a 3-range gap, making it hard for Scottsdale. And I think they're in a good spot to pull the win. And Scottsdale, they got to stop fouling. I mean, that's just really taking away their chance to score and play big. Use Alex Williams. He's done a great job underneath. Put some points on the board.
And Williams has been on both sides. We saw him with that tremendous layup a short time ago and then swatting Connor Aldridge, which looked like Connor had a clear lane to the basket and Williams came out of nowhere with the swat. And if there are any college coaches out there watching, Alex Williams is showing he's a two-way player, high motor player, and a worth a look for your roster. 55.3 seconds left. Matt McCurdy, Joe Pequain on the call. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Scottsdale, the women, knocking off Chandler-Gilbert. Now Chandler-Gilbert looking to return the favor in the nightcap on the men's side. Will Coates. Ollie, Holloman on him. Ollie. Wow. Ran into a wall and a mad scramble on the floor, a tie-up situation. 1 second. It's going to be a catch and shoot for the Coyotes. Price off the inbounds. Alex Williams, big body in front of him. Cohen. Can't get the shot off, cannot hit the iron. And Cohen had the look, just fell short. Carter checking in. Salah Thomas checking in. Logan Willis checking in. Logan Willis, he's in because he can shoot the three.
Exactly.
So you got to watch that from the outside. And Coates on him.
And you can tell that was not what Coach Silsby had intended nor wanted to be the outcome. I think he really wanted to get some points on the board and clear up this gap, this 3-point gap where a shot could go off just like that.
And Anderson. And we are trying to find out, and the bucket does drop by Zach Anderson. There was some speculation whether it was going to be called goaltending, but now it's 55-54.
Looks like they wanted an offensive goaltending, Coach Silsby and the Coyotes, and the refs didn't give it to him.
Yeah, so the basket counts, and the Coyotes, you got to figure, Scottsdale's going to foul immediately. They're going to force the Coyotes to go to the free throw line and beat them and extend the game via the charity stripe.
Yeah, this is a tough position. I think, once again, it comes down to those injuries, not having the length of bench. And, I think it all started when Alex Williams sat for a little while, got some rest, and then they put him right back in. He had a solid 3-4 minutes of rest time there, where the Aldridge twins, Ollie Hinder, just haven't had that luxury.
Tara Camlin checking in. Been a defensive force for Scottsdale. Holloman also checking back in. So we're seeing players with length. Hamlin in because he's relentless. He works off screens and finds a way to put a body on a body.
Yeah.
Holloman, why? He's been on Coates, Will Coates the majority of the game and provides a big wingspan.
Yep.
Coates, Aldridge, Thomas, Carter, Connor on the floor. Hamblin, Williams, Yancey, Helms. And, of course, Holloman on the floor for Scottsdale. 18.2 seconds left. They get the ball into Cohen. And they swing it over to Connor. And Connor will go to the line. So great execution by the Coyotes. They kill a little time. Plenty of poise. And Connor with an opportunity to go to work at the free throw line.
And talk about two great factors here. One, we saw how the Coyotes really struggled with those inbound passes. Done a way better job this evening on inbound passes and getting it on the inside. And Connor, what a great person to have at the free throw line. A great shooter.
2-possession game, 12.2 seconds left. Still an eternity. And for the Coyotes, no bad fouls in transition. And how about that? Coming up clutch at the free throw line. Connor nails them both, 57-54. So it's actually a 1-possession game with 12.2 seconds left. So Scottsdale still with an opportunity to launch a three and tie this one up.
And this is really where that Coyote defense that we see so good, holding all these teams at minimal scores compared to what they normally average. This is where it's really going to have to kick in. Lock them down, don't foul, and keep them away from hitting any big points or big threes to tie up this game and head into overtime.
Ollie Hinder with 16. Connor with 11. Cohen with 9. On the other side, Alex Williams with 17. Zach Anderson with 10. And you got to wonder where Scottsdale would be if Alex Williams would not be on the floor today. He's played tremendous, not just offensively, but on the glass, defensively. He's a high motor player.
No doubt. He's been the backbone of their squad.
12.2 seconds left. Here we go. Coyotes up 57-54. Aldridge, Price. Scottsdale, little problems off the inbounds. And Connor will send Helms to the line. So as Scottsdale is trying to extend the game, Coach Steve Silsby trying to make Scottsdale earn their points at the charity stripe. Helms, a 66% free throw shooter. And we talked about free throws so paramount down the stretch.
Now here's the real question. Does he get both? Does he try to get both?
And Yancey with a loose ball. And Helms can't come up big. And the Coyotes will go to the line the other way. And a big miss by Helms on the 1-on-1 with 7 fouls on the home team. And Ollie now a chance to really work it. Nails the first. Ollie with 17. Ollie with 18, coming up big, nails them both. Now it's a 2-possession game. 8.8 seconds left. Alex Williams, Zach Anderson, and Scottsdale has no room to waste time. Logan Willis from the corner. Willis off the mark. And that'll do it. And the Chandler-Gilbert Coyotes escape the Artichokes, winning 59-54. They survive a tremendous run by Scottsdale down the stretch, and they are led by a freshman, Ollie Hinder. Big at the free throw line to close it out. Nailing both free throws, he finishes with a game high at team high, 16 points.
Yeah, an impressive performance from all these boys. There's a lot to be proud of. I think we've seen a lot of improvement in their offensive game from obviously the last 2 games we just watched, but then tonight, we knew it would be more of a battle than those JV squad games this last Tuesday and then the week before that. But I think they handled it well. Obviously dealing with a lot of injuries, and can't be more proud of the guys that step up to the plate and, as you put it, Joe, kind of balance out the scoring.
We'll take a moment. We'll get a box score to break down the numbers, and we'll get a couple interviews. We'll talk to Ollie Hinder. We'll also talk to Connor Aldridge with 11 points in this one. Keep it locked, keep it loaded. More to come from the Coyote Center right here on the Chandler-Gilbert Sports Network.
right, well, we're back with Connor Aldridge, having a great game, playing tremendously. Really started the team off what we felt like offensively with those big three-point shots, and then obviously taking the injury to the head. So tell us a little bit about that first. What happened? We were kind of you were off to the corner. We didn't quite see everything, and then we saw you hustling off with blood.
To be honest, I'm not really sure what happened. I was just playing like help side, and then I think someone cut, and we went head to head. But yeah, I think that's what happened, and then, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Bit of a head-to-head collision. Okay. Well, obviously, and I think this was kind of the vibe of both games, girls and boys. Very high intensity, very high pace, and very aggressive. And so what was your experience out there playing against the Scottsdale Artichokes, and what did they bring tonight?
Yeah, they definitely brought like toughness, physicality, and that changed the game a bit. But, we kept playing hard, and we started playing more physical too, and I think that's how we were able to pull that one out, is we kind of changed the way we were playing too. We got more aggressive and started taking it to the hoop a bit more. So, I think we did good at fighting back.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think huge win tonight. I mean, it was great to see. Joe and I were just talking about that. That was a hard-fought battle, and all the way to the end. And obviously, you guys dealing with quite a few injuries on the roster now. Kobe with what I believe is a broken hand or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's fractured.
Fractured hand. And so, how are you guys dealing with that as a team? Obviously, everybody seems to be stepping up to the plate and kind of finding their role. But where are you guys at with that, and what's the thought process leading into the season?
Yeah, it's definitely tough to lose as many guys as we're losing. But like you said, guys are stepping up, and we're all playing as a team, and next guy's up. And we're doing a really good job at that right now, I think.
Yeah. Near the end, did you guys feel like just the tank was getting a little low on energy, just playing maybe 7 guys?
Yeah, and that's where for sure the physicality of the game came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, we fought through the end, and we pulled it out on our home court. So.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it was a great win, and you guys played hard the whole way through and really battled out and took the dub, obviously. Last time we talked, you talked about playing with your twin, Cohen, and tonight got a lot more time on the court together. What was that like? We loved it. We thought you guys looked dynamic working together, but what was it like experiencing that?
Yeah,
firsthand?
for sure. I feel like we had that connection on that one play. I did like a backdoor cut, and I feel like that's like a great play. I went outside of our play a little bit, and he saw it. So that was definitely a great connection, and I feel like we do that a lot. So yeah, I love playing with him.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited for what the team has to bring. Obviously, you guys will head on the road pretty soon, and I think tonight was a good game to kind of find your chemistry and keep working on your offense. So, what are you seeing just as a player, as a team? What's the energy like right now as a team?
We're definitely coming together on offense, slowing down, and that's probably one of the biggest things as far as turnovers, just slowing it down and hitting the lift guy out of the corner. And we're working on it, but we're definitely getting better. Then defensively, we held them to 54. That's always good, and coach is always happy with defense, just holding them under 60. So I feel like that's our main strength, and defense wins games. So
absolutely, awesome. Well, huge win, obviously. Connor Aldridge, appreciate you having you here and interviewing a little bit. Great game. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Or we can stand.
Okay.
Whatever's easier. Coyotes pick up the victory 59-54 over Scottsdale. Ollie Hinder, team high 16 points. And Ollie, walk us through going to the free throw line in the final seconds with the chance to ice it, and you come up both, knocking down both.
Yeah. Free throws felt good this entire game. I knew when I went on, if I was going to go to the line, I'd make both. I wanted that ball in my hands, and I knew no matter who went to the line, everyone was going to make two. Connor, right before me, nailed the two to make it a 3-point game. I made it a 5-point game. I knew knock those two down, it was basically the game over.
Yeah, free throw shooting was so paramount in this one. And what does it say about this team? You guys are battling so many injuries. You look more like a mass unit than a basketball team right now. But to grind through with a limited bench and to pull this one out, what does it say about the toughness and determination of this team?
Yeah, that's what it tells. That's what it tells you about the team. We're really tough, really determined. We have a really good mindset of next man up. We know we've worked all summer, all preseason long, that if a man goes down, the next guy's ready. And we're down to 10 guys. Everyone's getting hurt. The injury bug's going around the team. And no matter who's stepping on the court, if it's Nolan, if it's Harold, whoever it is, they're ready to play. Tells you that we're really close. We're all one good unit, and we can trust whoever can go on that court is going to give us good minutes.
You know, you guys built that 15 to 16 point lead. Talk about the run, what you saw from the team to get it out to that point. And then conversely, Scottsdale going on the run and then that big advantage kind of slipping away.
Yeah, we got out to a good run, but then we let it slip away a little bit. But I think because of those early games we had in Florida against the top-ranked teams where we did let those games slip away, that really helped us. That tested us for games like this, where it came down to those final 4 minutes, and you got to dig deep, and we weren't going to let this one slip out of our hands.
Yeah. For you, a game high or team high, 16 points, and your thoughts on the performance, Ollie, because Coach Silsby has said, look, I need a lot of my young players to step up and step up quickly, and you and the Aldridge brothers and Javen Price is blossoming at the point and seeing a lot of valuable minutes by a lot of young players, and for you to drop 16, your thoughts on the performance and providing a lot of leadership down in the post.
Yeah, felt good. A lot of what I do now has come a lot from Andre Harris, Dre, last year. He helped me a lot last year with asserting my presence, demanding the ball, and when I get the ball, making the most out of any opportunity. And I know any shot that I can get is going to be a great shot. But when it comes to getting the ball, that's just my teammates. Them having trust in me that they know that they can find me and they can look whether it's off an off-ball screen, an on-ball screen, and they dip down. They know that I'm going to catch and I'm going to finish, and I'm going to finish strong. And then free throw line, I finally hit a couple. Felt good this game. Hopefully I'm getting that percentage up.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you about that because I'm sure your dad's giving you some grief because you're so good on the field goal percentage-wise, and then you go to free throw line, you're shooting roughly 50% or so. Is the old man giving you some grief?
He was giving me a little grief. The more grief I was getting was from his old man, my granddad out in Australia. He said, I'm leaving 3 points on the table, and I need to effing lock in. So down there in Australia, I know that they're watching. He told me to lock in and make some free throws, so I had to make some for him.
There you go, Grandpa. Words of wisdom, and they're sure resonating on the other side of the world. That being said, the team's now 8-4. You go back to work on Monday, then it's Glendale. And, of course, we all know that it's going to mean grind. But looking back, how was your Thanksgiving, and how special was that day with you and your family?
It was great. Great to just relax, spend a couple days just sitting down, watching football and eating a lot of food.
Yeah.
And then we came in, got to work Saturday, and we didn't really get to work as in touching a basketball. We just ran. Sills wanted to make sure we sweated and threw up all that turkey. So that was good for him, not for us. It wasn't enjoyable.
Yeah.
But Thanksgiving was fun. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. But getting back to you, I pounded Thanksgiving like a caveman, like I've never eaten like my life.
Nice.
I made sure it wasn't 1, 2, 3. It's probably like 4 pieces of pumpkin pie.
Oh,
but for you personally, what'd you dabble in most that day?
Mac and cheese.
Oh.
Give me mac and cheese, turkey or ham, any type of meat, and then I'll kill all of that, and then I'll finish with like a whole pumpkin pie.
Oh, by yourself?
Yep. Just give me a Costco pumpkin pie, and I'll drill it.
How good is that pumpkin pie?
So good.
And it's only like $6.
Cheap.
Oh
at
my
Costco.
God! Yeah, Costco along with their $1.50 hot dog and a drink. Always
free
a beauty.
drink with a $1.50 hot dog.
Absolutely. That is Ollie Hinder. He kills it on Thanksgiving. He killed it on the court, 16 points, double-digit rebounds as well. Ollie, thanks for your time. And
Thank you so much.
we're going to close this out with Matt McCurdy, who's standing by. We're going to watch Ollie give the perfect assist. And that is what a big man do. When he feels the double team, he can just dish it out to the guard who can fire it up and lay it in. And we just heard from Ollie Hinder, and Ollie looks like he's got a little bit of a walking boot on as well, and that's not a good thing, right, for this team. And, well, of course, we'll address that as next week they take on Glendale. But, you know, Matt, for a team that's got so many injuries, and this team is learning how to grind and a lot more contributions along the way. The roster and the box score was filled by a variety of players.
Yeah, I mean, I love what Ollie said there, and Connor also echoed his same words, that it's next man up. And I love that that's the motto they have, because that's really what they're going to have to do, is step up to the plate, fill the spots that their fallen comrades have kind of taken from the injuries. And look, Ollie's playing on a hurt ankle a little bit, but he did a tremendous job tonight. So, and I really do think that tough season games early on, as Ollie mentioned, have really battle tested them to take on these in-season games against Scottsdale and hopefully the games they take on the road.
So Coyotes improved to 8-4 now, a hard-fought victory over Scottsdale. They once led by 15 and got down to 1, and they hold on. They hit some free throws at the line, and the women lose to start it off. And once again, they are doing their best, and right now it's all about offensive challenges for the team as they're still looking for their first conference win. Both teams back in action in conference play Wednesday against Glendale. Of course, the women are back in action on Monday, taking on one of the local JV teams. For Matt McCurdy and all the great people on the campus of Chandler-Gilbert, Russ Lewis, and the great people in the athletic department, Steve Silsby and Coach Strickland and his great basketball team, I'm Joe Pequeno. This has been a presentation of Chandler-Gilbert Athletics. Good night, everyone.